All right, so this video is all about the most walkable neighborhoods in Temecula, California. So I'm going to give you my list 1 through 6, and then I'll talk to you about why I just think the city of Temecula is just not a very walkable area. I'm going to tell you about the pros and cons to that and hopefully give you guys some good information. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, hey again, my name is Justin Short. I'm a realtor and team leader for the Short Real Estate team here in Temecula, California and Murrieta, California. And this video is all about the most walkable neighborhoods here in the city of Temecula. So I'm going to give you my list. I'm going to tell you what I think makes them so much more walkable than a lot of the other areas in town. But the first thing, if you're liking real estate videos like this, do me a favor, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Obviously it helps me, it helps my channel. We're trying to continue to grow it. And then we have new videos that we are posting each and every week. So talking about in Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee, California, best neighborhoods, worst neighborhoods, what makes them great, what makes them not so great, etc. Market updates, and we have new ones again each and every week. And we have a log of hundreds of videos now that we've posted over the last handful of years. And then if you guys have any real estate questions, of course, would love to hear from you. So you can feel free to reach out anytime. You can call, you can text, you can email. You're going to see either my contact information down below the video or at the end. So you guys can feel free and reach out anytime. Happy to answer any questions you may have, or you give any information, or of course if myself and my team can actually help you with your search, we would love to do that as well. But we'll get into my little breakdown here. But really the gist of it, as far as this is something that I hear from a lot of clients when they're relocating from other areas, right? They talk about walkability and want to be in a nice walkable community and neighborhood. And really the truth of the matter is Temecula is it's a suburb, right? So we are here in the suburbs in Southern California. We're about an hour outside of these major cities, San Diego, LA, Orange County, right? And it's just not a very walkable city. Really everyone that lives here has a car. Everyone that lives here has a car for every driving adult. So if you're a married couple, say it's a husband and a wife, the wife has a car, the husband has a car. If you have a 16-year-old plus kid, they are each probably going to have their own car, just because it's so necessary for your daily life to be able to have a car to get around and be able to do your own thing. There is a public transportation system, yes, but it's not very efficient. It doesn't go, the city is so big, and how far those buses and things go are very limited compared to the size of the city. And not only that, just like where your house is going to be located, the odds of it being close to some type of destination or place where you're going to want to walk to is super, super low. So like for example, my neighborhood, to get to the nearest shopping center, it's probably, if I were to walk, it'd probably be like a 2-hour walk. Maybe hour and a half, 2-hour walk to get there, probably an hour and a half to get back. So it's not, if I'm going to go to the grocery store, it's not real feasible to do that any type of a consistent basis, right? Especially unless maybe you're retired and you have to get the time to kill. But for the most part, everyone has a car, right? Walkability is not really a big thing, but if that is something that's a priority to you, I did want to give you guys a breakdown of what areas are most walkable. Again, it's kind of it's slim pickings. There's not a lot of great options that are out there, but I'll tell you about the best neighborhoods if that's a big thing for you. Before I get into the list, kind of the one disclaimer that I want to give you is, if being in a nice area to walk around is important to you, there are plenty of areas like that. So the difference, walkability is like, hey, how close to the movie theater, how close to shopping and restaurants, the mall, etc., right? If that's a 5-10 minute walk, that's a very walkable area. That's not what we have. But if you want to live in a nice neighborhood in a lot of suburb areas and be able to take a nice stroll or use like a walking trail, or walk through a nice private area, it's going to be safe and clean and well taken care of. And as far as that goes, there's a ton of areas in Temecula that have that. So my specific community has like 8 miles of walking trails. So that's a big highlight for people. Go out, walk your dogs, etc., right? And there's many other communities in town that are just like that. So having a nice area to walk around, very common. High walkability score and super convenient to shopping, super rare. So That's kind of the one disclaimer that I'll give you there. But my list, kind of 1 through 6 on the most walkable neighborhoods. So without a doubt, the most walkable is going to be Harveston. So the Harveston Lake community, it's located in Temecula. As the name implies, there is a man-made lake in the middle of the community. People can walk around the lake. It's definitely like a destination, right? People will go drive there to walk around, walk their dogs, walk their pets. People will go there to take like their prom pictures and all their their fancy school pictures and have a nice background and pose. So it's a super common place for that. And it's just a really, really nice community. So what is beyond just being nice, what makes it so walkable is within probably like a 10-minute walk, you can get to the mall, so the Promenade Mall. You can get to all types of shopping that's around the mall, all types of restaurants that are around the mall, and you can get really close to like the any type of public transportation system that's going to be there, like all the buses, etc. And a couple other handful of restaurants that are near the mall as well. Maybe not at the mall, but just kind of close by shopping centers. So those are all things that make the neighborhood so walkable. And in a city like this where it's not a very walkable area, I think that's a real highlight for Harveston. Area number 2 is going to be Paseo del Sol. So Paseo del Sol is located more in the southern portion of Temecula, not quite South Temecula, but very, very close. But it is a pretty walkable area. They have a lot of walking trails inside the community, etc. But we're probably a short 5-10 minute walk from a lot of shopping. It's going to be more like Walmart and Home Depot and grocery stores, stuff like that. But you're still going to be really close to all that stuff. And there is a really nice restaurant area, entertainment area, which is Vail Ranch headquarters, which is going to be within that 5-10 minute walk as well. So maybe 10-15 minutes, but it still makes it super, super accessible. So which is definitely going to be a plus. Number 3 on the list is going to be Paloma del Sol. So that is located right next to Paseo del Sol. So it's just the next neighborhood over. So kind of rides those same coattails as far as just being super close and makes it super walkable. Number 4 is going to be Vail Ranch. It's kind of on the other side, in that same general vicinity, just kind of the other side of the main road, other side of Temecula Parkway. Still very walkable. You can get to that Vail Ranch headquarters. You can get to that whole shopping center, which is grocery stores, small little restaurants, Chipotle's and Panda Expresses, and all types of stuff like that. Number 5 on my list is Temecula Hills. So Temecula Hills is more located in the middle of town, but it is super close to be able to get to a nice big shopping center. So that has like a Barron's grocery store. There's a Starbucks in there. There's a couple really good restaurants, a good pizza place. There's a good Greek restaurant, and there's a gym. So it's definitely very walkable. It might be closer to bikeable range depending where you live in the neighborhood, but super accessible compared to most town. And then number 6 on my list, so I guess the 6th most walkable neighborhood, and the last one on my list is the neighborhood of Wolf Creek. So Wolf Creek is located in South Temecula. What makes it so walkable is you are very close to Pechanga Casino. There's a handful of restaurants that are inside the casino, and then also outside on the outskirts, kind of little shopping center that's there. So a lot of restaurants, and then there's a couple other, you could technically walk to school. There's a big park that's there. A couple other things that are pretty accessible on foot. So depending how committed you are, how far you're willing to walk, makes it pretty accessible. So. Like I mentioned, across the board, there's, I don't know the right count. There's probably 110 different neighborhoods inside the city of Temecula, and really there's 6 that are making my list as far as being walkable. So not very many. It is kind of a rare feature here, but if that's important, hopefully this is a good list for you and would be a good reference point. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to reach out anytime. You can call, text, or email, and hopefully talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.